Hello and welcome to Straight to the Point. And Merry Christmas, all. Oh. So most people noticed that Sonic Crackers is an early build of Sonic 06. Alright, it's the first prototype of Knuckles Chaotix, which was ultimately released to the Sega 32X back in 1995. And some of you may be aware that this being an alpha build for the Mega Drive, the header contains the alternative name Sonic Studium, whatever, which was a mistranslation from Japanese to English, obviously meant to be saying Stadium. But did you know that the title they decided to go with was also a mistranslation? With it being a common confusion while translating to get the letters L and R mixed up, it's to be believed that this was intended to be called Sonic Clackers, hence the toy at the beginning of this video. I only needed one Amazon, but you're really here to see if it works on real hardware, right? Well, let's crack on. Booting up the game to see the Sega screen, it locks up. Wonderful. Not a great start. You're too early. Although bleak it may be, let's see if there's a legal way past this. If you press the reset button before it has a chance to freeze, you may get greeted with a different Sega animation, but it can still crash. Pressing start before it gives up on you grants you access to the menu, but it can still halt everything. However, if you're rapid enough to pass the splash screen and then press start again on the menu, you can initiate single player successfully. I've timed it so you have just under 1.5 seconds to do so. Otherwise, you're forced to turn it off and back on again. You can select 2-player if you're fast enough, but choosing any other menu, it will stop you in your tracks. Wow, there's technically a way around this, but more on that later. So, the game itself. It's alright, I guess, very straightforward. When compared to its finished product, the basics are here. You can grab your partner, throw them, make them stay in a spot to gain momentum yourself, fling each other to gain height, be sadistic, etc. But it feels more broken, as to be expected. You can't jump while carrying each other, their arms dislocate a lot, physics feel off, collision tags cause the duo to separate, getting hurt too much can stun them temporarily. Whatever the heck is going on here? You can lose unlimited amount of rings but not recollect them. You cannot die. Rare but strange behaviour that seems near impossible to escape. The list goes on. The primary level only gives you 3 minutes to grasp the top. If you don't make it, the game will stop and it will play the game over tune. If you do indeed arrive on the horizon, well, same outcome. It will then teleport you to a field where you can do absolutely nothing. You can X or Y wrap around if you like, or social distance yourself from Tails as if it's the year 2020 again. Else, it's boring here. Pausing the game and pressing any action button would then proceed to the next level. Oh, I'm sorry. Attraction. Now in World 1, you only have 1 minute to get to the... Oh, there's no end. Yeah, you have to wait for the timer to glitch you out of the matrix and transfer you into a different looking field. From there, the cycle repeats. The 4 attractions in World 2 have identical graphics and level layouts, but the palette and music substitute each time. The 2 fields switch every visit, and all zones in World 1 are the same. And Sonic Crackers loops from here. There is no ending. If you do struggle to reach your destination, you can pause at any time and move to where you need to go without restrictions. No idea why, but in World 2, some of the camera gets chopped off on the left after performing this debug trick, but it's handy nonetheless. Me and my mate did try 2-player mode for a while, and for some reason Tails is a lot stronger than Sonic. Oh my god. Yep, up here.
No, this way.
This is the wrong way.
I want to go this way.
Ow!
This is fun. Oh look.
What, so I can't pull Tails at all?
Yeah, you're front straight, mate.
But you can pull me! What the?
Yeah, watch. Superior being!
What the hell? It was in this playthrough that we discovered something game-breaking. In one of the fields where my mate was tugging me away, we went to begin the next attraction when the game just collapsed. Oh, what the hell?
Now that's what happens when you put out. You break stuff.
We had to soft reset, and it didn't happen again. Until a lot later in another field. I then tried the single player adventure for quite a while, and it can happen here too. It's very uncommon for this to occur, and what exactly triggers it, I'm uncertain. I was then determined to try and pick a field in the stage menu for constant access, yet I was never speedy enough before the game came to a standstill. This was when I discovered a get out clause with the menu seizing. You have to be extremely quick, but if you bypass the Sega screen, hit Option, highlight number 81, and then press C, all within a second and a half, music will play, and this fixes everything. You're now free to browse the menus, albeit no new content can be found. Opting for any attraction in Worlds 3, 4, 5, 7, and Premium 2 will present the stage cards, but it will play the game over melody and push you back into the original 2 worlds. And their fields are just these 2 again, nothing spectacular. Selecting Premium 1 brings you an instant blue screen and you're required to reset, and trying a special stage will freeze the game outright. For some reason, choosing any zone in World 6 will exit the menu, but then the sound driver freaks out and the game sits there. I've tried an array of consoles with varying regions, add-ons, models, flashcards, TMSS, non-TMSS, the works. And bar PAL running roughly 17% slower, it all yielded the same results. Does Sonic Crackers work on real hardware? Partially. Despite what some websites say, I found more problems than they stated, with rare graphical lockups when leaving the field, and World 6 acting bizarrely. Yet, as long as you act swiftly to enter the level, it's playable to an extent, and it may pique your interest. And that's straight to the point.